Hey, what's up, guys? John here. California is advancing a new law to where migrant families will have the opportunity to put $0 down and make no monthly payments, zero monthly payments to buy their first home inside of the state.
Proposed bill working its way through Sacramento could make it easier for undocumented immigrants to purchase a home in California. It's called AB 1840.
Allows you to borrow a down payment at 0% interest.
Now, it's a $255 million fund funded by California and their taxpayers for 1,700 families to become homeowners inside of the state. Now, when you look at how this actually works, and then you look at what's happening on a federal level, you'll realize that exactly what's happening in California is going to be coming to Nebraska. It's going to be coming to Mississippi and Florida and Texas and New York and every state and city in between.
A taxpayer-funded group is offering $30,000 to new home buyers. You cannot apply if you're an American citizen.
They offer payment assistance in Oregon to any non-U.S. citizen. This will go far beyond Oregon.
We're walking into something very big here. This is the biggest change in America that we have ever seen. And it's not just housing. When you start to look at where the money is flowing, how companies are being incentivized to work hand in hand, you'll realize that everything that we once knew about America is changing. And in this video, I'm going to give you a breakdown and show you exactly how it all works and where this is all going. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. YouTube will share this content and educate more people about what's really happening in America's economy. If you'd like to fix your credit to position yourself what I believe is going to be the greatest wealth transfer in American history, we'd love to help you at my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call for tomorrow. Check out reviews on Trustpilot. Take a look at this. California advances zero down, no payment loans for undocumented, right? No payment. Doesn't sound like a loan. It says that California Senate Appropriations Committee advanced a bill to allow undocumented to make the use of state's zero down, no payment loan program. The expansion of legislation says would create a significant cost pressure, right? It's called AB 1840, which already passed the Assembly and now faces a floor vote. The Senate would prevent the state's California's Dream for All Shared Appreciation Loans program from denying individuals on the basis of their immigration status. This program allows for applicants to secure loans of up to 20% of the home's purchase price. So on $1 million home in Los Angeles, basically an entry-level house, a $200,000 0% interest loan. Or about what's typical down payment is with a 0% zero down payment on this state's loan and no payments. And what type of loan is no payments? Doesn't sound like a loan. It says the state's loan can potentially be repaid to the state when the home is refinanced, sold, or transferred, with the borrowers paying back the original loan amount plus 20% of any increase in the value of the property. Now, if the value falls of the property, which is very likely given where the economy is right now, if the value falls and they walk away from the property, they wouldn't really have a reason to walk away. It's a free house. But at the end of the day, it's all going to go back to the state of California, right? It's not clear what happens if a family decides to hold onto the home, as there is no provisions on how long a property can be held for, which means certain kinds of trust could potentially allow the loan to not be paid back. The Appropriations Committee analysis said expansions would create unknown significant cost pressures, potentially in the millions annually, to provide additional funding for the Home Purchase Assistance Program to accommodate the expanded eligibility population. This year, 18,000 individuals applied for $255 million loan, leaving 1,700 lucky winners up to $150,000 each towards down payment and closing costs. Now, every outlet's talking about this. Every outlet. Now, when you start to look at where the opportunities are flowing, right? If you are coming from a different location, maybe south of the border, and you want to get a government job, maybe you want to be a police officer, right? You have opportunities now in California to do that. Maybe you're located in New York, right? Well, in New York, they're allowing you temporary jobs in state government, right? And when you start to look at how this is all working, you'll realize that I believe a lot of American jobs, you're going to start seeing wages come down in a really, really, really big way. And when you start to look at the amount of debt that most American families are holding, whether it be student loans, auto loans, credit card bills, mortgage payments, in a changing job market, it's going to be really hard for a lot of these Americans to hold onto their properties, right? Look at this, for example. Kamala Harris is she wants to bring forward a first-time homebuyer $25,000 down payment. And this, they say, is predominantly for first-generation homeowners, right? Now, first generation means exactly how it sounds. Now, when you look at what the average home is selling for in America, according to Forbes magazine, is $412,000. The average first-time home buyer is putting down about 6%. What is 6% of $412,000? The answer of $415,000 is $24,900, right? Basically $25,000, right to a T. $25,000 to a T is exactly what they'd be getting, right? So basically everyone would be able to apply for these programs. Some will likely get it, some wouldn't. But you think about how big of an opportunity this would be for someone coming to America, right? A lot of Americans are going to be competing with that. Now, when you start to look at kind of how the job market's changing and how all of this is going to be working hand in hand, look at this. Companies that hire refugees may also, in certain circumstances, qualify for federal tax credits through the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. Now, this Work Opportunity Tax Credit allows employers to write off upwards of $9,600 per employee. So you think about it. If a worker had no monthly housing cost or very, very little monthly housing cost, they would likely be able to work for less, right? They don't have fixed cost. They'd be able to work for less. The employer will be able to pay them less based on that. They'd be able to seize this Work Opportunity Tax Credit, reducing their expenses upwards of $9,600 per year per employee. I mean, it's a major win for these corporations, a major win for their factory front lines, for their drivers, for their bottom line, for their shareholders, their stakeholders. So you start to kind of follow the money and you'll realize that a lot of these companies will reap the benefits. That is for sure. Tyson Foods, one of them. I mean, a lot of tech companies also, Scale AI, Carta, Lacework, Turo, Ripple, many companies, 25 companies right here, they're also sponsoring visa programs. It's a major cash grab that's happening with Wall Street right now, and it's only just begun. For example, look at this. This just came out a few months ago. It says U.S. companies plead for more migrants amid tight job market. I saw this that came out today. It says breaking the share of people who believe they will become unemployed over the next 4 months jump to 4.4%, the highest on record. This is a significant surge from the 2.8 share seen in March 2024, according to the NY Fed Job Situation Outlook survey. At the same time, the share of workers who reported searching for a job in the last 4 weeks increased to 28.4%, the highest since the survey began in 2014. This is also up 9 percentage points from 19.4% recorded in July 2023, further evidence the labor market is weakening. Now, they need workers. They just need workers that are affordable, because they don't want to pay for the rising cost of living here in America. I mean, if a worker's worth $20 an hour, they're not going to pay $20. They want to pay $12. They need to make a profit on the hire, and that's exactly how they're going to do it. They're going to be doing it by hiring lower cost labor, and they're going to be outsourcing as much work as possible. AI, robotics, all these things are going to play a very, very big role. I mean, this came out, for example, 3 years ago, basically 3 years ago. 38, 39 months ago, where they have an executive order on this. So this all goes perfectly in line with kind of where the job market's going, where the opportunities may be flowing in California and throughout America inside of entry-level housing, and why I believe we could be walking into a significant change in 2024 and 2025 that I think will forever alter the economy. Now, what do you think about this? Do you think we're walking into something really big here? I mean, the fact that they're putting $255 million into this inside of California alone, and you start to look at the direction and where America is going, it's pretty clear to me that we're going to witness a lot of change. I believe that owning real assets is key in building wealth. Without it, the money is going to likely be worthless over the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years. They're going to print a ton of it. And we're going to start seeing countries start to de-dollarize more and more and more. Our purchasing power is going to greatly fall. And so if you want to own hard, real assets, you want to be able to hold on to them through the hard times, because hard times are going to be coming for millions of Americans. You don't want to be too leveraged to where you won't be able to weather a storm. You want to be prepared for anything, because as we've noticed over the last 4 or 5 years, anything can happen. Let's have a conversation about this below. And if you'd like to fix your credit, we'd love to help you. At my company, GreatCreditFast.com. That's GreatCreditFast.com. If you have late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or any negative item on your credit report, go to GreatCreditFast.com. Click the link in the description just below this video. Schedule a free call before the weekend for tomorrow, and check out views on Trustpilot. Catch you next video.